One, we're matching. Look at us.
You got the black, yeah.
Look at that.
I got my locks up under this hat.
You got locks up under the hat? Then we can't be Baldie Locs. This is the Baldie Locs Podcast, Dion.
It is.
Welcome back to another episode
Of Baldie Locs.
of the Baldie Locs Podcast.
Remember the rap?
Yep.
Here it is.
Yep, I remember it. Anyway, I'm your girl, Twilla Amin.
I'm Dion Lack.
And let's get back into it. You started off strong. You started off hot. So when you were talking about people having rights and people like immediately reacting, just kind of like brought back the fact that like when you look at everything in this country, it feels like everything can be boiled down to racism. Why is so-and-so racism? So Pete Buttigieg, Secretary of Transportation, was talking...
You said
Transportation?
I was like, yo.
Stop.
I was like, I like you say
Portation.
transportation.
Transportation.
Like, what?
So Pete Buttigieg was talking about like bridges and infrastructures, and he was talking, and then he was like, and you know, some of this is tied to racism. And I was like, tied to racism? Bridges are tied to racism. So you go to look at like different states. I don't know, like if you've ever, like in New York, let's say New York State, there are areas where like their bridges purposefully are low, like the clearance is low. And I've just always thought that was very weird. So like when you're shooting in New York, like my drivers would be like, well, I can't take this road because they have low bridges. I have to go on this road. And you don't have like enough clearance to get under. The truck wouldn't have enough clearance to get under the bridge. And so basically when it comes to infrastructure, I can't think of the man's name right off, but he was like, well, there are always going to be rules that overturn like certain policies when it comes to race or whatever. But infrastructure is hard to overturn. You can't overturn infrastructure. So let's build bridges that buses can't clear so that there's no reason to bus black or poor students into our neighborhood.
Oh. Wow.
This is an actually documented thing that he said. And so that keeps people off of, from the wrong side of town in their part of town.
Yeah.
And a lot of states adopted this.
Yeah.
And to this day, there was those low bridges that it costs a lot of money to build bridges or to knock down a bridge or to do any changes. And it's just like, wow, low bridges because racism. What? Who would have thought?
Yep. Brilliant.
Just crazy.
Brilliant. And we also talked about earlier, like, there won't be any change in anything that you're passionate about until the person who has power is affected by this bill.
Yeah.
Like, you be like, hey, man, we need to get rid of crack in the black neighborhoods. We've been saying that for years. Get rid of crack. This is a crack epidemic. White people who had power weren't affected by this. They were not affected. It's like, hey, y'all shouldn't be doing drugs. We can get y'all a DARE program, but we're not going to help you out with this situation. What can we do? We didn't bring it. You think we created crack? You think we created guns and put it in the black communities?
Yes.
But and then but when it came to
opioids.
Oh, we got to stop this. This needs to stop. My daughter.
Right.
Now you got these people, these aldermans and and senators and mayors. My child is addicted. You better dose out that John.
Not John.
Yeah.
Wild. Yeah, you're right. Like it's and change is hard for people. Like I just like look at the news, mostly shake my head, but like the city of Baltimore has been in the news recently. I guess a lot of people didn't realize the mayor was black. He's a young black man of Baltimore. Baltimore's majority black. It makes sense. The black people came out and voted for the black mayor, and he's intelligent and doing what he got to do. various commentators, I won't say a majority of people, some people are out here, a lot of Trump supporters calling him the DEI mayor. And if you don't know what DEI, that's diversity, what is the E for?
Inclusion?
It's diversity and, dang it, I don't remember the E, but diversity programs and inclusion programs for people across the spectrum, women, people of color, LGBTQ individuals. So it's all like, but the fact that they said Baltimore's DEI mayor, somebody called him the DEI mayor, and you're like, wait, do you know how DEI works? Do you just think people were like, he deserves to be the mayor because he's black, versus like the people voted for him because the rules of politics are the same across the board? And I just think like that's wild, especially how much people just hate diversity anywhere, like any type of inclusion programs. And I'm not going to go on the tangent. I can go on that, but that's hilarious.
You did.
I can go deep.
I know.
I can go real deep.
Yeah. I hate that he is a black mayor. Pause. I hate that this happened to his city, and now people try to find ways like, you should have figured this out. You shouldn't have any low bridges. Like, hey, man, that has nothing to do with low bridges.
Has nothing to do. Like, people are like, the infrastructure. Joe Biden said he put money to infrastructure, but you're sending money. And I'm like, yo, the infrastructure was there. The bridge was fine.
Right.
What are you getting up? You just finding a reason to go in.
Yeah. This is why we can't have these black mayors, man. He's the reason why. He should have known. It's like, yo,
he should have known about
that. This sounds bad.
Uh-oh.
I kind of thought this. I really, in my heart, was like, this is a terrorist attack. This is a terrorist attack. And I was like, there's no way this could have happened. And I was like, and I said to myself, I was like, the world is about to turn upside down. Because I was like, this is another terrorist attack. They didn't figure out a way to knock this whole. It could still very well much be a terrorist attack, and they're covering it up just to kind of like, oh, we can't.
Right, not in this political season.
Yeah, not during this season, man.
Not right now.
Oh boy,
it's just like a tragic, like like the list of perfect things that happened, like the perfect storm that caused this situation to happen. Like, yo, I can't even imagine like the freak accident that is that the bridge that you go across collapses. And then like to be part of that crew on that ship, you're like, we made the entire bridge collapse. But then so like you have the deaths, the trauma, and then to have commerce that can't get in and out of the ports. And it's just like, this affects like our ports.
50 million a day.
Affects so much money. That's so much.
In and out.
Yeah. That's crazy.
The water is, I think it said 50 feet deep.
Yeah.
So you can't just get rid of the bridge and we can go back over it. It's like, no, man.
You gotta really.
Yeah, it's a wrap, homie. And there's boats, there's just still in there.
Yeah.
People on the outside trying to get in.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things of like, it wasn't like, ooh, we almost hit the bridge. It was dead smack on the pillar. Yeah. It wasn't like it went out. It was like, we're gonna hit it like the Titanic. Yeah. We about to scrape against it. It was like right on it. And it's only going 9 miles an hour.
9 knots. That's different.
What's 9 knots?
I'm not a sailor, but I think it's
okay. Google. What is 9 knots? Hour? What do you say? Per minute.
Knots.
I don't understand. 9 knots is 10.357 miles per hour.
Man, just a little bit faster.
10.357. Oh, it said 9 knots?
Yeah, just a little bit faster.
Oh, I thought it was saying like a knot is 10.3. I was like, yo, that's a lot faster.
Just a little bit faster.
Okay.
What else, Spicy?
What up, Spicy?
Who's saying knots?
Sailors, they use it.
But why knots versus miles per hour?
Listen, like why we don't use, like they're in Europe talking about who says miles.
Yeah, kilometers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kilometers.
Yeah.
I definitely said that in the script read. You know, I was like, I said it with loud and proud.
I've heard. I'm from the South, so I hear kilometers. I don't hear people. I don't hear people say kilometers.
Kilometers.
But it is kilometers. But
yeah, we are about 10 miles, 10 kilometers. Oh, that's a kilometer. We're about 10 kilometers outside of the kilometers. I was like, okay. I definitely said that wrong.
Yeah, I think it's just.
I hate that content and content is spelled the same. It was a caption popped up, and I was like, why can't I get what they're trying to say? And it was content the whole time. I can't think of how they worded it. And I was like, they really jacked up. I was like, content. What type of? It was. I can't think how they said it.
I wish you had the screenshot.
I was like, this is. I was like, this person. I was about to chew them out in the comment section, and I was like, yeah. I was like, is this how you spell content? Is it with an A or? Yeah. I was like, Google, is it content? Okay. Yeah. Spelled the same exact way. Damn it.
Yeah, I mean, like, read and read don't ever get you.
Read and read, usually the setup words kind of.
I read a book. I read a book.
Read and read. I read a book. I read a book.
She read a book. I read books. He read a book. She reads books. I guess because
I think the setup.
Yeah, the setup is different.
Helps. Yeah. Yeah.
So, we have to do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Take that.
All right.
Your boy Diddy.
Did he do it?
Did he do it, or did he not?
I, no matter if he did it or didn't, I hate that it's being exploited this much. And his legacy is falling apart. Even if he is 100% innocent, people are not going to forgive this situation at all. It is his legacy now. Nobody wants to work with him again.
Right. Like he stepped down from Revolt. But it's like a long list of, it's not like, did he do it? It's like, did he do all those things?
Right.
Because there's a lot coming, like, there's sex trafficking, which is why I think the reason that he was able to, his places were raided. But then there's like drug trafficking and guns and assaults and like, like so many things. The list is long and like people are like, well, I tried to tell you, or this ain't new. Yeah. And nobody's like, nah, he wouldn't do that.
Right. I mean, we live in a society, man. You latch onto something, man. People will be like, just like how Peter denied Jesus? People are avoiding Jesus at all. I'm not calling Diddy Jesus. But when they see somebody getting crucified publicly, people are like, I'm not going to dive out there and block that bullet. And say, hey, man, he's a good man. He wouldn't do that to me. It's like you be like, hey, this dude is a rapist. He is a pedophile. He is this. You be like, hey. Right. Listen, this dude has saved children from Afghanistan. I've seen him. Nobody's not going to dive out there and talk about the positive.
But I also feel like, we could say he contributed $1 million to Howard University, HU.
Will you do it?
Huh?
Will you say it?
I just said it.
On social media?
I just said it.
Okay.
But I'm saying at the same time, two things can exist.
Two things can be true.
They both can be true.
But that sounds like you defended him, though. It's like,
that's a fact. He gave $1 million to HU.
Yeah. I'm not saying. Yeah. I'm not on his side. I'm saying is like, if you just like, hey, I'm sorry what happened with Diddy. My first encounter with him is he donated $1 million to Howard University while I was there, and I was a fan ever since. If you just said that, which is your truth, it sounds like you being like, oh, So you do realize that there's victims attached.
Right. To that $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I think my whole point is like I feel like in this industry and like also like Black social media gossip, they have some like true intel somewhere because like these things have been, this is like, none of this is like new information. None of us are like, oh, Diddy. Oh, wow. Clutching my pearls. It's like, oh, okay, well, and so finally, like, you know, like, it's like, I've heard these rumors for years, that type of thing. And I say that thinking about like, oh man, who was it? Like, I don't know. I just feel like some often like you hear these like rumors. Oh, like, with like Jay-Z cheating on Beyonce, I felt like there was rumors for years that you was like, well, you know, Jay-Z still do so-and-so. Like, you know, like, and I'm like, nah, he not stupid. He would never do that. And then Beyonce's like, well, Becky with the good hair, this Jolene girl got it, you know, like whatever. And so it's just like, how do y'all be knowing? Do y'all really, your inside people really be spilling tea?
And no matter what, this is kind of piggybacking off of what you said. Even if Jay-Z 100% cheated on Beyonce and the girl who came out was like, hey, Beyonce was cool with this. Like, we all signed the NDA. We're all fine with it. If we got that confirmation from this random girl, Becky, and the court of public opinion will not allow it. Yeah. Girl, you better than this. You are a queen. Like, leave this man. You deserve better. It's like, hey, Beyonce's like, I agree to this. I'm not saying Beyonce specifically, but anybody. Yeah. Any sort of relationship that they was like, hey, we don't have a traditional relationship. We allow outside sources. We take breaks like the whole Jada and Will. That was like, you are in danger, bro. You are allowing this woman to be sleeping with other men, and like, you can leave. He's like, I'm never leaving this woman. It's like, I don't want to hear your story no more. You are toxic. Jada is toxic. And it's like, yo, if this is our marriage, this is what we agreed to. I hate the court of public opinion. And I know Will definitely wants to go back on when he was like, I remember there was a time I was like, when you are a celebrity, you want to kind of be a mystery. You want to kind of stay in the back and just like, let people think what they want to think. And he was like, you know what? I think this right here is a better platform to be on. I'm going to be on social media. And then, you know, I can be able to promote and make more money. And that shit is backfiring on him right now. Yeah. I mean, like, and he's slowly like posting content once again. After the slap. Yeah, but I feel like Jada took the heat. But Jada talks a lot. But Jada took the heat for a lot of stuff. But to say, the court of public opinion is heavy, which is why, like, in this day of social media, like, even though, like, the rule of the country is innocent until proven guilty, it's so hard. Like, you know, like how they would say, like, people will request, can this trial be in a different city because we feel like the jury is going to be, you know. What are you talking about? Which court?
Or just in general, like when you go to court, people can request that the trial be transferred to a different city where, you know, like the jury won't be tainted. Yeah, and then it's just like, but in this day and age of media and news and social media, it's all right there in your hand. You could be...
What were you talking about earlier when you had said, hey man, if you disagree, you don't have to say nothing? I don't know if that was worth us bringing back up again. I forgot what you were talking about.
So social media. I was on, I think Dwayne Wade had posted that he and Gabrielle and Zaya were on a college tour. And, you know, they were just posting pictures from their college tour. And somebody posted about, like, in comments, hey, what dorm will he be in? Does he know that he's a boy? Like, stuff like that. It was just, like, very hateful, mean stuff that people responded to, like, with commenting, on this child's parents' post, and just like, why? You don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree with whatever lifestyle or choice that this individual made, but like, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to bully a child. Like, shut up.
It is wild. It is wild that people are like, I need me a burner account so I can troll. I need me a burner
How
account.
miserable are you?
That's crazy to think. Like, I do have several accounts, but they are relevant.
Yeah.
As in Dion, Lacktoast, and LTE.
Right.
Those are my accounts that I actually use, that I actually promote and push. So when you like, nah, I gotta be Charles Clover, and I'm going to...
I can't be mean as myself.
Yeah. So if I get blocked, I'm totally fine with that.
But I'm going to have a burner account so I can go in.
There should be a reverse investigation. There should be an app to be like, who is this person?
Right.
Who is this IP address?
Right.
Where was this posted from? Because I need people to be like, I'm glad Instagram is trying to create some sort of filter, but at the same time, it's like you're banning the wrong response. One time, one of my comedian friends posted, I was like, bro, you kill it. And they was like, this does not go against.
But this goes against.
Yeah, this goes against our, I was like, oh God. And you know, and you know, something was like it was something along the lines like, if this happened to me, it was like a spider or something, me and accidentally swallowing a spider. It's like, I will beg myself to die if this does not go against. I'm talking to myself. Suicide is not
oh my gosh.
frowned upon here.
Yeah, that's why the people be like unalived, like trying to get around certain things.
It really ruins punchlines when you in Instagram, you try to say a comment like, yo, I hate that you said this. Hate speech. You can't say that. It's like, oh God, I really dislike that you said this. Hey, you on the line, brother. You on the cusp of being removed from this platform.
You know, like, I just feel like, and I probably said this so many times, I'm like, how miserable are people that, like, people will mean comment on anything. Like, there's like this, sometimes I follow different, like, crafty, like, look what I thrifted and look what I turned it into. And, like, this one girl took, like, a vase that I thought was ugly and then, like, repurposed it and crafted it to look like something that she would have bought at Pottery Barn. And people in the comments were like, that's so ugly. Why would you do that? Why would you ruin this? That's not even that good. Like, you don't need to have an account to do this. Like, the comments were going in, and I'm just like, it's her craft. Like, what the? If you don't like it, like, are you that miserable?
I think they're not even talking to the person. They're just like, they're in the crowd doing this.
Right.
Because they're not, I'm not talking to this person specifically. It's like, I need my comment to stick out. I want my comment to have the most likes. And it's like, I'm afraid to say it to the person specifically. But just like, and it's like, hey, don't lose your day job. He's like, excuse me, sir? No, you know I'm just playing, yo. It's all love, man. I just wanted to say, man, I'm a huge fan of your work. Go back in the shrubbery. It's like you can't
go back in the shrubbery.
Because you know, a lot of times we go into an explore page that's going viral. Yeah, you'll see like 1 million, views and like 100,000 comments. You be like, my little comment's gonna blend in with the rest of them. It's like, yeah, don't do that, bro. You look like you musty, and then your comment get the most likes. And it's like, hey man, first of all, block. You be like, no, man, who's fake? You've already blocked because you went viral for all the wrong reasons. Right. Yeah, man. It's I can't say it's hard. Me being a content creator, I avoid my thoughts. If it's my friend, I would definitely say something because it's my friend.
In the comment section.
Yeah, in the comment section. Okay. If it's my friend, like, yo, you wild. Please. Like, I'll make fun of him. you look disgusting in that outfit. And I'm going to swing on you next time. I'll say stuff like that because I know this person. But a lot of times, a lot of people don't know me. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't know the fact that I know this person I'm making fun of, and they start attacking me. Oh, my God. The amount of people that has chewed me out for Tony. The amount of people that has chewed me out for Kev. Yeah. And it's like, I forgot. They don't know that. They just think I'm trolling. Yeah. And it's like, I remember one time I said something like, something along the lines of when Tony had said something, and I was like, hey man, not a fan of your comedy, bro. Just stick to politics. Clearly. A joke off of how people, Yeah. Clearly Tony don't talk about politics. Yeah. Clearly. And people were like, first of all, get off his page. Oh God, I forgot. I forgot. They just think I'm trolling. But he laughed at it. What do you, so you being a content creator and like a comedian and frequently on podcasts, I know, but how do you like is there ever a reason to go in the comment section? Never a reason. Never a reason to go in the comment section. You try I wish I could turn off my comment section to be seen. As in, like, people can comment, but I don't need to see it. Yeah. Y'all can comment, talk about it all you want to. I don't need to see it, especially if it goes viral. Because people don't like the groupthink. Even if it's like, this is hilarious. Yeah. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. It's like, yeah, everyone else is saying it. I got to figure out a clever way of saying something that's not this. And it's like, this would be funny if you had a shirt on with your fat ass. Like, people find ways of like, I want to say it's funny, but I got to figure. Yeah. Why is that in the background? Like, who watches turtles in the background? Like, I remember what our viral so-and-so shirt, our wording or something, I can't think of what it's called. That time we went viral. Instead of just enjoying the content, people was like, for anybody who's wearing a shirt called Thusky, I wouldn't trust anything he would say. It's like, ugh. Right. I'm like, yeah, for somebody who don't know how to spell hustle correctly, clearly this is a pun off of LTE, Lacktoast Entertainment. Don't trust Dion for nothing. He don't know how to spell hustle correctly. Not with the LTE it's a different font. Right. That was like not it being in a different font. If you haven't caught on that LTE is in hustle, Lacktoast Entertainment, you're the problem. Well, our name is not big enough for it. Right. Yeah, right. It's not like Nike. Right. But the fact that it's a different font lets us know we're strategic. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, like, yeah, people in the comments, I mean, like, in the brief time that I've been part of something that has gone viral or whatever, like, I might read, like, a few, or I'd be like, okay, this is heading in the wrong direction. I'm not doing this, because Twitter is sensitive. And I'm like, I can't let that stop me, but I'm not partaking in that back and forth at all. Like, if you can feel whatever way you want to feel about me. I just don't have to read it. And the fact that people are so like cool with just saying whatever. Like, I remember there was one when we were still doing RAC back in COVID, and we were talking about like the vaccine and stuff, and then somebody was like, for two seemingly unhealthy people, and I was like, you know what? You let it go. You know what? But what's funny is like I have siblings, so my sister was ready to go in on somebody. Like, I'm sorry, what did they say? What did this idiot say? Like, I didn't see that at all. But yeah, it was just definitely like the comment section, man. It's just not good. It is not my cup of tea, but it's a great time when you're on the outside looking in. When you're looking at it, you be like, yo, have you read the comment section? Now, sometimes, like, when it's like my auntie sent me this video of like a truck somehow hitting a ditch and it flipping up perfectly against this house. And that comment section was like, now that's
that's, perfect, like curbside delivery, second floor delivery, like stuff like that, clever stuff like that,
Right.
where it's not like attacking anybody. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there are some things, like sometimes I'll be on like one of the sites is a fashion site that I follow, and they put like somebody's outfit up there like for the red carpet, and I was like, I don't know if this is cute. Let me go to the comment section, because my fashion could be off. And I was like, okay, they're tearing. Yeah, it's not cute. All right. But I'm not going to hop in and be like, yeah, you're right. This is.
And a lot of times we be so messy when it comes to the comment section. We be like, I want to say something, but best friend, what are your thoughts? Or, what do you think about this? There was a video I sent you yesterday about a song. Have you remember the song?
I didn't remember that.
I didn't remember the song either. But instead of commenting in the comment section, I was just like, yo,
what is this?
Never seen this song before.
Right.
And you gotta that's how you gotta handle stuff, man. You see things that's inappropriate, you send it to your friends, man.
Yeah, like I was like, there's some decency in order and like ragging on something. Like you don't have to like be just all out there. Like, I don't know. I just feel like the world is kind of like at a point where it's just like mean for no reason.
Yeah. Hold on, what we talking about? Moyo up in here. Kick clip from the yip.
We in here?
Yeah. What's good, fam? Lay.
And I'm just going to point right here to this. If you don't get notifications, then you missed out that we're going live. And then you missed out on the conversation that's going. And these people are clearly talking. There's conversations going right now in our lives. So make sure you hit that subscribe and that notification bell.
Yeah.
See how I did that like an inter-commercial? I'm learning.
And also, this is something that was unprepared, but I want to kind of surprise Twills a little bit.
I don't like surprises.
But today, March 30th, I've made a declaration. Can I say that?
You can say that.
It's a declaration?
Yeah.
Of losing a lot of weight. I don't have a goal yet, but I will say I would like to lose 2 pounds a week. I'm going to make an extra effort. I'm going to put this on wax, and I'm going to lose this weight with effort, and I'm going to be mindful on what I put in my body pulse, and do the extra effort by avoiding my temptations of food desires.
You don't wake up and work out at 5:30 in the morning?
I'm going to wake up early in the morning to work out. It is a necessity to make it happen. I did it on Daddy Issues last Tuesday.
And I was gonna ask you about that. If you don't mind, because you were on Daddy Issues last Tuesday, and it's like a great conversation, and it was also like a confirmation. Do you ever feel like things are just like confirmation happening? Because if you don't know, Dion on Daddy Issues, and he talked about like weight and weight loss. And this was also a conversation that we've been having as friends for the past couple of weeks. So do you ever feel like, oh, this is a confirmation, or it's time? Like, this is, God, I hear you yelling at me. All right, I got it. Like that type of thing.
Yeah. I know how to do it. I've done it several times. My body has yo-yoed up and down numerous times. It saddens me is because at this big age of mine, it doesn't fall off as easy. And also, when you don't have the right financial resources of turning down or accepting healthier options in life, and you're tired, you're fatigued, you want a quick meal. Meal prepping is a prerequisite.
Yeah.
It is required in my life.
Yeah.
It is, because it's like, I be working, I be editing, I'm like, I'm hungry, and you like, you can easily just go and stop at this Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I can easily, but it's like, you have to have that preparation of like.
And Taco Bell ain't cheap no more.
It's not me no more?
It's not cheap no more.
It's not?
It's not as cheap as it used to be.
It's not about being cheap. It's about eating now.
Yeah.
And it's about throwing it away. I ain't got to cook. I'm eating and I can throw it away.
You know, one thing my doctor suggested that
What did your doctor suggest?
Worked for me. And I think you noticed it. Like, I have a lot of, my doctor said, go to like Trader Joe's, get those pre-made salads. Cause I'm like, I'm a busy individual. I don't always have time to cook. Mm-hmm. And she was like, well, set yourself up to win. If you don't have time to meal prep, if you're on a super busy week, stop at Trader Joe's, get those salads. Now, they only last about 2 or 3 days because they're super fresh. They have the expiration date on them. They're not going to last. Like, if I go Sunday, I know that there's certain salads that I have to eat by Wednesday. And then there's like a couple of other, so then I know to get like another option. And then I know what type of things to grab for a quick dinner. Mm-hmm. And that helps tremendously.
Yep.
It helps tremendously. And like my doctor said that, and I'm like, I don't know why it took me so long to listen to her, but that's actually like.
Because we always want to get a big bang for our buck. We want to have stuff.
Well, Trader Joe's is not expensive.
What I'm saying is, as in like, we want, you said, I don't know why I never think about that, because a salad, like you have an expiration very quickly.
Yeah.
It's not like cereal or oatmeal or pancake batter. Or, cereal is, if I only have cereal in my house, because if I had cereal in my house, it would be gone. I have granola in my house, but I don't have any milk. So I purposely know myself, because I cannot figure out a way to get a quick meal.
Right.
So I have to have, I don't have sandwiches because I would not got a whole bunch of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or I don't have
turkey.
bread.
You don't do the turkey sandwiches?
No.
I don't do a lot of bread. Like, I'll go through seasons for sandwiches. But I will do like an English muffin, and that's yummy. But my thing is sweet. So like, you don't keep it, and like, you're like, if it's not in the house, I'm not looking for it. I'm like, if I want ice cream, I'm getting ice cream.
If you're at your house, where's your ice cream at? What grocery store? Where you find it at? Because mine is right downstairs.
Right. I'll hop in the car.
Wow.
And go to CVS.
Wow.
They always have the butter pecan ice cream, the one on Sunset, because the one on Broadway is hit and miss.
Wow. You know what's sad?
What?
Is that drive. Mine is like 3 minutes away. Mm-hmm. That drive to get the ice cream is like, that would do something to my head of like, what am I doing?
And then, I'm like, especially, or like, so then I know, like, for me, I'm like, if you're going to go anyway, now I can get ice cream and that pint will last me, like, I'm not eating that in one setting. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, I'm also not a person who's just going to go through it, like, immediately. So I can keep snacks in the house. Yeah. And so, but my other thing is, like, I have to figure out how to offset my sweet tooth, and sometimes that is going like cold turkey and not having sweets for a long time. And so that, or like going hard on smoothies until I wean off into some, like, not needing it as much. But
I remember one time I seen something on TikTok, and it was, the oatmeal cream pies, Little Debbie's. Yeah? Yeah. Somebody had took all the oatmeal pies and then squished them into a ball and then like flattened them out and then cooked them. And it was like the bed of like a big brownie.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't get that image out of my head. I was like, I want that so bad.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, cause it was the cream and the oatmeal together. Yeah. And then they put it in the oven, they flattened it out, put it in the oven, and then it came out and they put ice cream on top of it. I said, oh wow. I'm getting that now. And it was like $10.50. And I know that bodega downstairs closed at 11.
Yeah.
And I went down there and I was like, hey. I was wondering about. He was like, sorry, bro, we closed. And I was like, it's 10:50, bro.
They do that.
I was like, it's 10. He said, sorry, man, I'm sorry. I was like, come on, I just want to. I can see it right there. Sorry, bro, I already closed the register. In my head, I was like, I could easily complain, but I was like, you know what? I'm about to go to Smart and Final. And I was like, nope, Smart and Final's closed. And I was like, I gotta go out. I was like, what am I doing? And I was like, yo, wow. I can't believe I was really about to hop in the car and search for some oatmeal pies to create this dessert.
Right.
And I was like, I got a problem.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Like the Ralph's downtown, you gotta go like under the thing, get the parking validated.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is wild. So I'm glad I don't invest. And that was I say that was about like, excuse me, maybe 5 months ago. Did I tell you the story? Yeah, 5 months ago, and I was like, and I was in the car like, I'm about to do this, and I was like, I'm tripping. I'm not doing this. And I didn't, and I got back out of the car, and I was like, I'm just gonna have to go to sleep. I'm just going to sleep. I'm going to sleep hungry. And then I told myself, I just cannot invest in sweets. Anything that's going to pull me into a spiral, I cannot bring it in the house. You know, like the little fruity candies, that'll do nothing for me.
Yeah.
I'm a chocolate person. If it was some Snickers, or Hershey's or little Kisses, I'll throw those back. I'll put those in my oatmeal. That's a little pop of color.
I've been looking at Instagram knows your the algorithms know you. So because I'm on like a health and workout kick right now, it will be showing me like I've been getting all these like different smoothie and protein snack things for like post-workout stuff, and I'm like, all right guys, if you just wanted a milkshake, say that. Like there is some stuff that's like, here's a oat milk brownie smoothie that you could drink, and I'm like, you're actually and so one thing that I might want is the Ninja Creamy. Like apparently this little Ninja makes ice cream like with like milk, and it just the way it stirs turns it into ice cream. And like so people have been doing like a lot of different protein shakes and stuff with it, but there's like, here's my protein chocolate Oreo something, and I'm just like, yo, that's still sweet. It's like you and I don't have the same like these people creating this don't have the same struggle I do. Like I can't do that. Like I'm a chocolate milkshake with Oreos in it sounds delicious. Yeah. And you can't tell me it's healthy. Yeah. You can't.
Can I tell you something?
What?
Do you remember that time I left your house and I had the little pizza? The little barbecue chicken pizza? Yeah. Because it was like after hours. Yeah. It was like I left like at like midnight or something. Yeah. And it popped in my mouth. I was like, oh, now all of a sudden I'm hungry. Because I was fine just leaving. Yeah. I was fine just leaving and going to sleep.
And you had turned down that pizza earlier.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And I was like, oh, this is good. Yeah. Oh, no, this barbecue chicken pizza is good.
CPK, baby.
And then driving home, I said, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. And I was like, what's around here? I need something. And I drove right to Jack in the Box.
I saw the bag in the trash can the next day. I knew exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'm telling you my truth.
Yeah, like, I observed that, and because I know we have these conversations often enough that we know each other. And I was just like, I see what went down. Yeah. I see what happened.
Yeah. When the Jack in the Box this is about to get darker. Oh. I never had the fish sandwich, which was amazing.
I'm going right after this.
It was a 2 for $5.
Oh.
It was like a fish slider. Like a, not slider. What do you call them? Like a
Hot Pocket or something?
No, it's like we wrap it up in like a tortilla.
Burrito? Wrap.
Yeah, like a wrap.
Okay.
It's like a wrap, a fish wrap, a fried fish wrap. and the seasoning and the sauce was par. Just par.
On par.
It was just par.
Just par. Not even on par?
The sandwich was on par. But I can't go to Jack in the Box without getting a milkshake. Anytime I go to Jack in the Box, I gotta get a real ice cream, and it was the Oreo mint.
Oh, it sounds delicious.
Oreo mint milkshake, and I'm driving.
If you don't know, Dion's lactose intolerant, but continue.
Driving home, I'm just like, yeah, yes. So from that Jack in the Box that's on Mission Road to my house, I already took down the wrap, and I had the smoothie. I had the shake halfway done. I got here. It is 1:00 in the morning now.
Yeah.
I'm eating it like it's 3 p.m. Turning TV on. I'm happy. My toes are doing like this. I'm eating, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. Here's the sad part.
What?
And this is how the universe, I won't say God, slapped my hand. So I am confessing, this is specifically for Moyo because she was on both ends of the daddy issues. So right after we did daddy issues, we started taping daddy issues at 10:30, 10:45, right? I do intermittent fasting starting at 12 until like 8, right? I don't eat from that time. So in my head, I was like, oh man, they never have food in the lobby.
Yeah.
But they're overlapping with a project with Nerding is Hard.
Okay.
What is it? Nerding something with Hippie.
Yeah, I know.
So she had a whole spread of food there.
Yeah.
Didn't have to eat it. I didn't have to eat it. But they was rushing me, so I did was I took a bagel and I scooped it, and then I kind of, did like that to kind of like, cause cream cheese. So I scooped the bagel with one half, and then I grabbed it other side and I smeared it and kind of like turned it so it was evenly distributed. So I went in and started recording it. They was like, God damn, Dion, what's this bagel with all this cream cheese? I was like, in my head, I was like, I couldn't even describe how I got this much cream cheese in it.
Yeah.
So they kept talking about the cream cheese.
Oh wow.
Kept talking the cream cheese. But in my head, I'm thinking like, this is going to go to about like 1:30.
Yeah.
Because we go over a lot.
Right.
I was like, man, I'm gonna be hungry in there. So let me go and eat something real quick. So anyway, fast forward, it's about 1:00, and I was like, I am hungry. Driving home, I already passed my time. I already did the intermittent fasting. I'm driving home. I was like, I want that Jack in the Box. I want that Jack. I cannot stop thinking about it. But mind you, this is the episode I had said I'm going to change my life today. I get to the drive-thru. Sorry, sir, we're all out.
Won't he do it?
They said,
Stop
I was like,
stop that.
Yep. This is the day. This is the sign I need to change my life.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, sir, we're all out. I said.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's definitely moments like that. Like,
and I felt that same feeling again of like going to the bodega, and it was like, no, sir. No. We'll keep going.
I have a problem.
Yeah.
No, it's really, it's real. Like, I think I'm the person that has to check myself, just because I'm like, okay, Twilla. Like, you don't have to have this ice cream. Like, what is the healthy alternative?
Yeah.
Figure it out. Like, go to sleep. Like, one time I was just like, go to sleep. Like, if you're not able to control this, good night.
Yeah.
It's crazy. What are these people talking about?
Go for it.
Let's see. Dion don't want that hard hitting facts text again.
Oh boy. Moyo?
Young Deuces.
Oh boy.
We're all rooting for you and kicking your butt accountability. It's honestly a mindset. If people are making your meals, let them know ahead of time your preferences and dietary limits. Good note. Also, it does help to always have my at the ready.
Meals
at the ready. Let's see. Also helps to stay full and satiated.
Satiated? What's that?
Protein is a very good way to be satisfied.
What's satiated?
Satiated. I always thought that was hydrated, but I think I'm wrong. I'm fine with being wrong. You always sound like Bruce from Nemo talking about food. Like 12 to 8. How is that fasting? That's just overnight. Oh, he's talking about 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Not 12 midnight to.
Yeah, I don't eat before 12.
That's funny.
Noon and after 8.
That's funny. Spicy. She said, I'm glad you caught yourself. This was to your content and content situation. It would have been that cranberry cherry juice debacle all over again.
Out here in these streets is yelling.
It's like a RICO case full of crimes, but it's all one person. Yeah, that Diddy trial is crazy. It is deep. I was listening to the thing. I was like, wow, okay, what? Moyo said she had to throw elbows in the comments earlier. Don't do it too much, but I was irritated. Throw them bows. Yeah.
She said satisfied. Satiated, satisfied as one's appetites or desires to point or boredom.
I don't know, like, because sometimes sometimes you have to ask yourself. Dion would call me out, he'd be like, I mean, are you hungry? Are you full? Or, like, because I am a snacker. Like, I just graze at whatever. And Dion be like, but are you hungry? And I'm like, nobody asked you.
I would say with you is you eat fast.
I do eat fast. And I think that causes me to eat a lot, like, to the point beyond fullness.
And here's my thing. I'm not saying you do this, but when I eat fast, this is a fat thing to say. When I eat fast is because I know that my body is going to get full soon, and I see that I can have seconds. So I'm like, ooh, if I eat fast, my body, by the time the food gets to the place where it makes me full, I've already had the second plate or whatever. Like, you see like an option, like, I want to try everything. You ever went to like a buffet and you like, I want to get this big ass salad first, you know what I'm saying? I got to eat healthy first, and you like, I'm not. If I keep eating salad, I'm going to get full. So let me just go and put this aside. Hey, waiter, you can take this bowl. I'm going to get this steak and potatoes. And oh, I didn't know they had pizza. Let me get steak, potato, pizza. And it's like mashed potato. This is all going good together. You'd be like, I'm getting too full. I know they had like a
trying to taste everything.
Yeah, and you just gathering foods just because like I'm almost there. I'm almost full. So I'm just drinking food. And just like, whoo, I am full.
Yeah.
Let's sit here. Let's just settle for a second because I got to get the ice cream with the brownie. I didn't know they had the microwave over there. I can put the sprinkles on that too. Let me go ahead and do that.
I think my eating fast is a habit. Like, I've always been that way. My dad's always been like, slow down. But then like, I do like get to the point where I've been a lot better lately in the past couple of years of like being cognizant and trying to slow down. But it's always because I feel like, you know, like I got to get on to the next thing, or, you know, and it's just like one of those mechanical things you don't even realize that you're doing. It's not necessarily to get a second plate. I'm good. Like, it's always just like, and now I'm done. Food time is over. But like not allowing myself to like enjoy the food, or like in France, they like savor the food and it's an experience. But to your point about like being at a buffet, I think 2 years ago I had an aha moment. because Thanksgiving's one of those experiences where you're like, it's just so much food, I want to taste it. But guess what? Most of the time, Thanksgiving, I cook. Like, so it's not like I'm at somebody's house. I'm like, girl, this food is not going anywhere.
Right.
And guess what? You can make it again. Like,
Yeah.
if you really want it. So like, I think that 2 years ago was the first Thanksgiving where I literally had one plate at the first sit down. And then maybe I had something later that day for like the dinner or whatever. And then did it again last year. And I was just like, yeah, because you
also,
have to go get
when
it.
you're a cook, you typically taste your own food. So you're pretty much getting a small portion.
I've
of
cooked
the
this
food.
so often that I don't have to.
You make it like you're a good cook.
I am.
Good cooks don't measure their food.
I don't always measure food, but that's because I've made it often enough that I know exactly how much goes in there. If I haven't made it often enough, then it's a science, because cooking is a science.
You ever made a dish and then you accidentally added too much salt?
Ooh.
And you're like, well, I guess I'm cooking the whole bag of potatoes. Because
Well, like, I think before you do that, like, there's certain things, like, you might be like, let me put a little lime or a little sugar. There's certain ways that you can, like, lemon or sugar or something can offset.
Really?
And if you were a good cook, you would know these things. Like, there's certain things that you
You're
could just...
still absorbing the amount of sodium that you actually...
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying if you put a whole bag of salt up in there, but if
like the top comes off or something, like you'd be like, ah,
okay.
like, shoot. You'd be like, that's
no.
half of the potatoes. Of course, you can kind of scoop the top off,
Right.
and handle it, but it's like it's in liquid, and it's like that's
Okay.
in water. It's like,
Yeah.
well, I guess I'm making
Then I
a
would
big ass bowl of mashed potatoes.
Definitely doubling. Yeah, for sure.
And it's like, hey, just a little salty. How much salt you put? Like, you still taste that? Yeah, I was trying something different. Yeah. Let's see where we left off at. So at that point, imagine twills popping up upside the head. Why are you even at a buffet if you're practicing balance and control?
So don't be at a buffet.
Who, me?
Yeah, in the future.
Oh, I haven't been in a buffet in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. If making excuses and exceptions before the actual scenario, is this setting yourself up for failure? Question. Listening.
That's a good question.
I'm asking you the question she's asking.
Oh, I thought you were about to answer it because you read it. I do think that, like, I think setting up excuses ahead of time is setting yourself up for failure. You have to, but I do think you want to be prepared for the scenario. So if you're like, if I'm at a buffet, I'm going to get the salad, some baked chicken. And
Exclusively.
yeah.
Only.
Yeah. Like, I know a lot of my friends, like, will look at the menu before we go out. So then, like, if we're going out to eat, I'm going to make a decision. I'm not going to be surprised. Let me see what the menu is.
On my daughter's birthday, she wanted to go to the Cheesecake Factory. And immediately I was like, I'm getting cheesecake. I'm getting cheesecake because I haven't had cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory ever. I've only had cheesecake from the freezer.
Oh.
Frozen. I never had cheesecake at Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah. So, and cheesecake is my top 3 desserts, right? Mm-hmm. So, in my head, like, oh my God, there's so many options. You know, the cheesecake menu is thick. Got that BBL. So I'm looking at it like, man, so many options. I should get a burger. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. I want to eat a burger. No. I should get the chicken strips. No. And then Brookie was like, can I have a Caesar salad? And I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Have the Cobb salad, please. And I was like, man, so you want the dinner or the lunch? I said, I'll take the dinner. It's like I came here to eat.
I'm going to get some
Portion
calories.
control. I'm going to get this portion control. But on the flip side, they had said, you need anything else? bread because I'm hungry. Because I was fasting. I picked her up at 12:55. So, picking her up at that time, she had to get to the car. Going to the Grove to get the Cheesecake Factory. By this time, it's like 1:30.
Right. So
I'm like, I'm hungry. And they're like, you want to bread, man? Bring some bread out. I'm hungry, bro. And I was throwing the mugs back. And when the salad came out, I split one of the bread, the brown bread, split that mug open that mug up, salad inside. I had myself a little sub.
You remember we've done this at, was it Cheesecake or Grand Lux with the bread?
Oh, you and I?
Yeah.
Did what?
I just remember this was at a time when we were getting in shape or whatever. And I just remember you going in on the bread and me being like, hey friend.
Yeah.
Calm down.
That's the worst. Let me tell you something, man. The worst feeling I had in my life. I'm getting teary-eyed because it felt like I was an alcoholic.
Oh no.
So it was a crew of us in this minivan on this production job. The production job with Joanne, I can't think what it was, what job it was.
I forget.
So it was a crew of us, camera guy, sound guy, producer, PA. We're all in the truck together in minivan. And we're all talking about our struggles. This one guy was like, man, I love women, man. I've been single all my life. I don't think I'll ever get married. And he said, I love women. I love being promiscuous and, being blah, blah, blah. One was like, I have a problem with smoking weed. I have a problem with this and this. I have a problem with smoking weed. And then this is me at my smallest. And I was like, I have a problem knowing when to say no when it comes to snacks and candies, because it's I'll keep going until I need to get full. Mm-hmm. It's I know that I can't get full eating Skittles, and it was wow, you eat that? I was like, if I have the opportunity, I will. Now we're wrapping up. We're coming back from Glendale, something like that. So we had a little ways to go. We're driving back, and then one of the place that we were at was like, hey, you guys can have this bucket of candy. And they put the bucket of candy. I'm not driving. I'm in the back seat. Someone's driving. It was a producer, audio guy, camera guy, and me. And I was like, oh. And this is a conversation that happened 5-6 hours ago.
Yeah.
So I went in, I started grabbing stuff. And I was eating them. It's kind of we're listening to music. We're doing a little car karaoke. And I went in again. And I'm just I'm going. And I probably went back 4 or 5 times, right? Just kept snacking. Uh-huh. And then all of a sudden, the camera guy was took the bag and was like, gotta know when to say when, bro. Dang. And I was like, I didn't even notice that I was doing it. Yeah. And then he was just like, it's enough. Gotta know when to say when. As in I heard your pain. I got you, bro. Yeah. And I was so embarrassed because I totally forgot we had this conversation. Yeah. And I was I was about to say, I don't have a problem. Trying to no, I didn't have that much. Or I was about to fight him, argue with him, it wasn't a lot. But you see the amount of rappers in your cargo pants that you didn't stuff.
You'd be like,
it was a lot.
Yeah.
But and then I was immediately on this fight or flight mode of well, what about you? Trying to figure out a way well, I'm gonna be on you too. I was trying out in my head, I can't retaliate. Yeah. This is real. Yeah. This is a problem. Right. Man. And it hurt me, dude. Yeah. It hurt me.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I can still see his face.
That's love though. That's love
of course. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get up on out of here, man.
Time to go?
Yeah.
You spilled your heart? It's time to go?
Man, my titty's sweating right now.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It's a problem. Finna go to Jack in the Box.
My man boobs are over right now, and it's a gutter of sweat right here because they flapping over onto my stomach, and there's a crease in my stomach and my breast. and it's sweating. And now the sweat is starting to leak.
All right. Okay. All right, guys. I'm so sorry that you all had to get that description from Dion. But yeah, we've been gone for 2 weeks, but we back in this piece.
No one knew we were gone for 2 weeks.
Everybody knew. They were like, when's the new podcast? Mm-hmm. It was crazy.
Agree what she said. We were upset.
I heard from somewhere to think of your body as the one and only car you'll ever own in your life. Would you let it sit and rot, or would you take care so you could keep driving? Facts. It absolutely helps to think about it just like that moment, because we ourselves can excuse to the point of awfulness. Yeah. Moyo said, nope, let's stay in this vulnerable convo. Accountability is your one and only friend when it comes to your own body. You can make excuses till the end of time. And at the end of the day, honestly, I'm learning, like, it's a constant journey. Like, obviously I'm learning. This is like a new journey for consistency for me, to myself, to give myself time. Like, I can work all day. My work schedule is like, usually I do like 9 to 6, but sometimes I stay to 7. And then I come home and I try to get an hour and a half or 2 for Lacktoast. And then I have Spanish class. And then then I go to sleep and then get up and do it again. And that's a very hectic schedule. And they say, or a very full schedule. And then people like to remind you that you need to get enough sleep and that you need to get exercise. And what I realized is that I'm willing to do all these things for other people, myself. I'm willing to do these things for other people, but I'm not willing to give myself time. So, like, Deanna and I did what I call the vision walk one day. We just went for a walk, and we started talking about, like, life and what are your actual life goals and what do you want out of life and what does that life look like. A life coach did this for me, and it's like, when you're like, what do you see your schedule like? Where are you sitting? What is your house look like? All these type of things. And then in that, we both discovered, like, we both have this desire to wake up early, pray, work out, meditate, have this early morning routine. And then of course, all the other dreams and stuff that you have. But my aha moment was like, hey, I can actually control what time I wake up. I can get up at 5. So if I want my life to look like I wake up at 5 o'clock, work out, pray, worship, do that part in the morning, and then get ready for work, guess what? I can do that. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I can control. Right. I just have to, it does entail getting to bed by a certain time, but it also, and it reminds me to, hey, this is your time, Twilla. Like, this is the only time of the day that you truly get to do something for you. So do it. So no interruptions. My days, I don't always win at waking up. It's a new thing for me, but my days go so much better when I wake up at that time. Mm-hmm. Like, I get so much more done. My day feels fulfilled. I'm not miserable because I feel like my whole life is at work. Because sometimes that's what I get mad at. Like, man, all my time is here at the office. Right. I actually like my job, but it's just frustrating that, you don't have your own time. Right. It's like, but if you wake up early, you have your own time. Yeah. And even on my alarm, I call it me and Jesus time. Mm-hmm. And to the point, I feel like I'm off when I don't do it, or that I'm doing something wrong when I don't do it because I'm ignoring myself.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of times, man, I don't know how important your phone is, but I think your phone needs to be far away from your bed.
Yeah, I agree.
You can sleep with your watch.
I put my stuff on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
So I don't even want my watch on.
But if it's a call, I will check on it. I can hang up on it. But a lot of times, if I'm near my phone in the bed, Instagram.
Yeah.
5 o'clock in the morning. What did I miss? Who texted me? But if it's far away, you be like, I got to get up.
Yeah. That's my thing at night. you don't have issues going to sleep the same way I have issues going to sleep.
Boy.
But like I was telling my sister, I was like, going to bed, I don't know what it is. Like I'll do something like I'll do like Duolingo and then like a few like mind exercises before, like at night. That's usually part of my routine. And I try to do that before a certain time. But then like when I'm like, okay, it's time to go to bed, it's something like I might want to play a game or I want to scroll and I know I'm sleepy. Now the phone is falling on my face.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it falls on my face, I don't just like take it and put it aside on the charger. I pick it back up and I'm going to start doing it. I'm like, girl, why?
Yeah.
Why? What are you trying to prove by scrolling through this phone and like not falling asleep? Like go to bed, put the phone down and chill out.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time, yo.
So it's a process.
Moyo said, keep a meal journal.
That is big.
Helps like writing everything you eat down. Spicy said, all the best on your health journey. I struggle with the sweets too. When you go back and look at it, you're like, dang, I don't worry about the changes first. See the changes you want, need, then plan the changes to counteract where the weak spots.
Yeah, for that meal journal, like, yeah, it does help. That's a very good point. Like, and I've been hearing people say that, like, write down everything that you eat throughout the day. Don't try to modify it. Don't be like, this is my diet food. Like, be brutally honest with yourself. Like, if you like, I went to Jack in the Box. I went to Jack in the Box and write down what you ate.
Are you cool telling everybody what you ate today?
Yeah.
What you eat? Everything.
Everything I ate. So I had a half of a cheesecake protein bowl, which is yogurt with a little cream cheese, protein powder, strawberry, and some graham crackers. Not too many, less than a serving of graham crackers. So that's what I had. That was my first meal of the day. And then lunch, I had chicken sausage and like was an egg scramble with a half an avocado, which is a lot of fats, but I did have a half avocado. And then
coffee, drink.
Hold on. I had Cheez-Its. I had a small thing of Cheez-Its.
Where did cheese come from?
Right here in your house. Half a thing of Cheez-Its, and then I had mint tea to drink today. And I had I don't have my thing of water with me, but I had 4 of those so far, which is, I want to say 80 ounces. How about you?
I had everything you had. Not the Cheez-Its. I had the cheesecake thing that you made, and I had the chicken sausage, eggs, and the avocado.
Yep.
I went over to see Brookie, and they had Little Caesars.
You didn't get none?
I didn't.
Okay.
Look right at it and said, ooh, them was it Crazy Puffs? Oh, y'all got those right there.
I'm the worst at going to sleep. Night owl. Same here. That dopamine is mad strong with the phone use. Yep, that quick fix is totally addictive. There's a lot of stuff with the blue light, and also for that, I would suggest to monitor for. I didn't see how many weeks because it's behind that heart, and then revisit for modifying. Yep. Yep. Food journal. I think that's something we should start incorporating
for sure
this week.
All right, go.
All right, Deion's ready to go.
I'm exhausted.
So we're out.
And I'm hungry.
There you go. So it's time to go.
Got an hour to eat.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us for our what's this podcast? The Baldie Locs Podcast. I'm Twilla.
I'm Deion Lack.
And until next time, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave comments.